All right, through the wire. Legs is broken, but the NBA news never stops. Kevin Durant gets traded for Mikal Bridges' 4 first-round picks, Cam Johnson to the Nets. So let's talk about it from Phoenix. I think this definitely puts them in the contender status. Obviously, pairing Kevin Durant and Devin Booker as two of the best, most lethal one-on-one scorers in the NBA, almost similar to what they had in Brooklyn. Um, but they have a steadier presence at point guard with Chris Paul. He has started to decline, so this is the perfect time to bring in the Kevin Durant because he will, sit the back, just make shots when he needs to make shots. A great thing about this trade is when this trade was talked about in the summer, they wanted to include DeAndre Ayton, but since they kept Aiden, that's just huge. It allows them to guard Jokic. Aiden's one of the better defenders on Jokic. He's one of the better defenders of just big men in general. So you don't have that lack of depth and size that the Nets struggle with. Now, they do have a lack of depth just on the team in general. They are getting some people back. Um, I think that they're going to have to be really active in the buyout market. A guy like Will Barton was a guy that's been mentioned. Sark is starting to play a little bit more. They still have Biombo. So I don't think their depth is as dire as it sounds, but I do think they need one more wing. A lot is riding on TJ Warren. What type of shape is he in? Coming off his injury, he's been up and down. Can he improve his play? Way back when, Phoenix was world renowned for their medical staffs and their ability to rejuvenate players. I haven't heard that tale been told about them in a while, but hopefully they can do something similar to him. For the Nets, if you watch my video about the Kyrie Irving trade, once they traded Kyrie Irving and it wasn't about the best assets, once they traded him and said, we're trading him and I'm just going to make sure he doesn't go where he doesn't want to go, then to me it was pretty apparent that they had to trade KD. I dropped a video saying that they have to trade KD now, and it happened. For the Nets, they have a gaggle of picks, obviously, have a gaggle of wings, defensive wings. Mikal Bridges being probably the best 3-and-D player in the league. Cam Johnson being a player that's looking to get paid this offseason. Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie. So they have a lot of players. I wouldn't be surprised if they say, you know what, F it. Let's let this be the Cam Thomas show. And hey, send me your offers if you want Mikal Bridges. Send me your offers if you want Finney-Smith. Send me your offers if you want Cam Johnson. So I think a lot of teams should be in on it. The Sixers should be in on it. The Lakers should be on it. See if you can, pry one of these guys away. I don't think the price would be too high. So I think it just became very apparent. They tried to talk to Toronto to get that deal that I theorized, and then Toronto traded for Jakob Pertl, pretty much closing the door on everyone with this idea that, hey, we're giving up. They got a center, which they needed. It's kind of moving away from this 5-out small ball. We got a legit center who's been really good this year, a guy that's been linked to a lot of different teams. So I think that cut them off. So that's my thought on the trade. I think it definitely puts the Suns in contending position. It's funny, the Nuggets and Memphis did all this jockeying to get a high seed, and you might get the Lakers in the first round. You might get the Suns in the first round. You might get the Dallas Mavericks with Kyrie Irving in the first round. Then the West was clearly, in my personal opinion, the lesser of the two conferences. This definitely cleared up the playing field in that sense. So it's going to be interesting to see how teams respond. And I expect a lot of incoming for the Nets because they have these guys. Mikal Bridges, who's already been paid. Cam Johnson, that's probably going to want to get paid. Do they say, hey, we're standing pat with these guys? Or do they say, because you can't play all of them. You can't play Finney-Smith, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas, Ben Simmons. You can't play all these wings. So you got to train them somewhere. So I think watch out for them tomorrow. If I'm the Sixers, I'm calling Tobias Harris. I think all of those 4 guys I just mentioned, besides Ben Simmons, fit better than Tobias Harris. I think if you're a team like even Denver, the price of the brick just went up. You're now looking at yourself across from the Suns and like, how do we match up with this team, right? Because Aaron Gordon can only guard one of the guys, right? And then so if Aaron Gordon guards KD and KCP guards Devin Booker, then CB3, it's his time to shine, you know? So they're going to have probably look at it like, okay, we need to make some adjustments ourselves. I think Memphis, they've been very hesitant to trade. I think this trade kind of slams the door on their idea that, hey, we could probably win the West. Like, I think if you're looking at this honestly, it slams that idea shut. So what do? Do they go after one of these wings? A Cam Johnson, a guy that fits their timeline, a shooter. Do they pay the price? I think they should. So look out for that. All right, let me know what you think. The game is the game.